Okay, so I want to show you guys a little bit of the process as it goes down. So I've got all my wood chips here, and they're nice and broken down. Jeez. What's that? Okay, so I've got my cardboard, and it's been out for a little while now. I definitely let it sit too long, so it's a little too wet. I don't know how well the cardboard is gonna prevent weeds from coming through because of how soft it is now. But you can see these lines here where the tape was, and it just comes right off once it's gotten wet, really easy. I layer it down so it's overlapping here. You can see it's overlapping just a little bit, and then you just pour the wood chips on top. I'll spread them out a little better once I've got a good amount out here. But that's pretty much all there is to it. And then I don't know how well you can see back there, but it kind of flattens down after about a month or two, compresses itself down, whereas this stuff is just kind of built up and mounded up a little bit. So we just got through our little ice storm that we were having, and everything seems to have survived just fine. The only thing I'm worried about are my black raspberry cuttings that I put in. I got two here. These are my spares. And this one here's got a little bit of life left in it. This one here, I'm not sure what's going on with it at all. They're supposed to lose their leaves anyways in the winter. So I can only hope that it's still alive, or at the very least the roots are still alive. I've got one more down the row past that bird bath. That's also looking like this one. So I'm not sure how they're doing under the ground. I'm just crossing my fingers, because if they don't survive, then I'm going to have to go get another one, and that's going to be another year plus investment into trying to get these guys to grow. I want to have one that's native to the area, just personal preference. The ones that they have at the store, I haven't found any at the store, but the ones that they have at the store aren't this variety, this species. This one here's native to the West Coast, which is one of the reasons that I wanted this one specifically. I got it, I've talked about this a little bit. I got it back in July of last year. So I've had it for a while now, and I got it in the ground about the end of summer, just so it had some time to kind of dig its roots down into the ground. So I'll probably update you guys come springtime just to see how they're doing. But also make sure that when you're doing your wood chips, that your gate, if you're doing it next to a gate, can clear the height. So like I said, I know that the wood chips are going to compress down, so I'm not super worried about it right now, but I did dig down just a little bit next to the door because I knew that it was already pretty close. This side here isn't as bad. And I'll close this side up before I get the wood chips into this section, and then worst case scenario, I might just have to leave the chips a little thin over here on this side. And then also be conscientious of boundaries here, line boundaries. This is the fence of the property line, and it did spill over a little bit, so this is the side that I focused on getting as much out as I could, just so it's not dipping onto my neighbor's property. He's cool about it. It's not an issue to him, but just trying to be conscientious. And as I go, I get down to the soil level, and then I try to rake up all the excess. I don't want to bring dirt in with the wood chips. I just want the wood chips. So I get down close to the soil level, and then I scrape back all the excess as much as I can to scoop in and continue on, because like I said, I don't want to get any of that soil. I want to leave it, as much of it as I can, over here. And yeah, that's how I do it. Simple enough. I don't know what I'm going to put over here. I'm thinking I'm going to put probably a pepper plant, my tomatoes, like I said before. I might just leave this mass here open for, I'm going to try to grow a melon, one of the vining melons, or was it called cantaloupe? My wife wanted me to grow one of those this year, so I know that one gets pretty big in terms of its growth, and I know that they grow better up on things, but the only thing that I think I'm going to be able to grow up this year, just because of time and money, is my tomatoes. I'm going to prioritize trying to get that set up over here. Is that another grub over here? Yep, there's another caterpillar. I've seen a couple of those around. I'm surprised they survived that cold snap. Assuming it's alive, it's not really moving around all that much. But I'll have my tomatoes here, and then, like I said, my peas and beans. I might try to grow up that archway before the grapes shade it all out. But yeah, that's what I'm doing right now in January. Next month I'm going to start seeds, and I might make some videos about that. So stay tuned.